Today I have an unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3. This is the white 7-inch edition. So let's break the seal and see what we've got inside. So now that we've broken the seal, let's go ahead and take this out of the box and see what we have. So on the back of the box we have a little flap right here. Looks like we're coming out upside down. Let's turn it over there. Yep. So you can see that the device is on the top right here. So we get this out of the way. Put it on the side there. Alright. So we have the actual device itself on the top. It has the plastic cover on it with a little bit of information here. As you can see, it's the 7-inch LCD screen. It also has the 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor and the Android OS, and also watch on. You also see it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth as standard. And there we have the nice Galaxy Tab 3 logo. So let's go ahead and just take this out for a moment and see what else we have in the box. Send that to the side. So we have another box in the middle here. Underneath we have our USB data cable, and that's everything in there. So let's just push this to the side and see what is in this box. So we'll just go ahead and open it. Okay, looks like we are presented with some paperwork here, which looks to be the quick start guide, warranty information, that kind of thing. We also have what appears to be, yes, it is a block charger, which has the Samsung logo on the top and the USB for the charging on the side right there. So just a standard charger for the device there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the device itself. So first of all, we're going to take off this front cover so that we can see the device in all its glory. So as you can see here at the top, we have the Samsung logo on the white bezel, along with the camera and a couple of sensors and so on. Moving down the device, you can see the whole screen here. You see it's a fairly good size bezel, about the size of my fingernail here, and its nice white color complements the device. At the bottom here we have a physical home button right here. So this is the front of the device. Now let's go and take a little look around the rest of the device. So this is the back, and as you can see we also have another protective piece of plastic here, which I'm just going to go ahead and take off. And you can see the nice white smooth finish. This is the rear facing 3 megapixel camera. Not a great resolution for a modern day device, but still nonetheless we'll see how it fares. And the Samsung logo is just underneath it, with some more information a little bit below. So taking a look at the top edge, we're not got much going on here, just a headphones socket right there. We're going to look down the right hand side now. We can see that there is the power hold switch right there, a volume rocker, and not really much else going on down the side. The bottom of the device, we have our speakers, USB charging port, a microphone right there, another speaker, and on the left side of the device, all we've got here is the micro SD card slot right there. This can handle up to a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, so plenty of room for expansion. By the way, this device does have 8 gigabytes of built-in memory, as well as 1 gig of RAM. So let's go ahead and power the device up for the first time and do a virgin boot. So as you can see, we have done a boot up, and we are now into the welcome screen, the Samsung Galaxy. It gives you some little bits of information and the setup. So the first thing it asks you here is to select a language. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it at English United States. Also, it has a range of options to get you through the setup. For accessibility, right here you could tap, but we're just going to go ahead and go to the next screen. Next we have the Wi-Fi setup. So it's going to show you all the available Wi-Fi networks and options available right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my Wi-Fi details in, and we'll continue to the next step. So as you can see here, I am connected to my wireless network right here. Next, it's going to ask us about date and time. After that, we have our end user license agreement. So we just need to read through that and then go ahead and accept it. The next stage is to sign into your Samsung account. If you don't already have one, you can go ahead and create one to get all of these additional features, or you can simply skip that step and do that later. Next, it's got Google, and it's asking you if you have a Google account. If you do, you can go ahead and sign in by clicking yes. If you don't, just click no, and you'll have the option to either skip it or create a free Google account. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and logged into my Google account, and I end up with this entertainment, and it's now going to ask you to sign in to register your credit card with Google Wallet if you so wish. So I'm just going to say not now. It's now going to give us backup and restore options, so we can use your Google account to back up settings and so on. So you can just walk through this wizard to go ahead and set that up. Now it's going to go ahead and talk about Google and location. So use the Wi-Fi location and let Google Apps access your location. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that as it is as well. So now it's going to talk about Dropbox. Now, the great thing about this is with the purchase of this device, you actually are going to get a 50 gig Dropbox account for 2 years. Okay, so that's a really good offer. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. Okay, so now that I've gone through the Dropbox setup, it's going to ask me if I want to save my photos to Dropbox. So we're going to turn this on. And this looks like it. We have the Samsung Galaxy thank you message. So this looks like we have completed the setup. So let's go ahead and press the next button down here. So as you can see, this is our home screen now. It's just loading some data, and very, very basic to start with. We just have a few things like the calendar, the internet, email, and contacts down here. we have the Google search box right there, and we have now our clock, and we can tap to add city. So I'm going to go ahead and set a few things up. So I've been playing around with the device now for about 35 minutes or so, and customized it a little bit. So let's go ahead and unlock here. So this is what I've set as my home screen. As you can see, it is 11:11, and I've set my location so that we can see the weather, and it also shows the date and so on. So this is my first screen right here. I don't have really anything. We have a Dropbox. You can also see the actual full amount of apps right here. So this brings up all of our apps that are preloaded right now, and you can swipe over. You can go ahead and place these on any of the screens if you want to. So it's pretty smooth flicking between the apps here. Fairly responsive. We can also turn the device into portrait mode like this, and as you can see, it works exactly the same way, pretty similar to what the iPad and iPad mini would do. So you can just browse all of your icons. Now the other thing about this is that it's continuous, so if you keep scrolling, you'll just go through. Even though we only have 2 pages, as you can see, 1, 2, back to 1. You don't have to swipe in the same direction. You don't get to the end, so we're going to 2. We don't have to swipe back that way to get to 1. We can just do a continuous swipe, and it works the same the other way too. So now, if we press the home button, we're going to get back to our main screen here. Now it's laid out slightly differently. We have our widget over on the left, and we have our main icons, which are always in the dock right here on the right hand side, and it's the same kind of thing. We can swipe across to get to our next screen. I only have the Google search on this middle one, and swipe across to our third screen, and we can do the same thing, swipe the same way to get back to our first, or we can go in reverse like so and keep going. So the other thing I wanted to show you here is the way that we close applications. So let's just bring this back into portrait mode. Now, if you go ahead, hold on 1 second here. If you go ahead and hold down the home key, you'll come up with this. All we need to do is throw it away, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away to the side, throw it away to the side, throw it away to the side. And this is how we close our applications. So that's real simple. It's also how you change applications as well. For example, if I go and open here the S Planner and hit home, and then let's go and open contacts, and let's now hold down here, and as you can see, we can just jump straight back into our S Planner that was already open. So I'm going to go ahead and hold. I'm going to swipe it away and swipe it away. So we are back now to our main home screen. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the notification bar up top here. So what we have, several icons. You can't really see them very well, but the more things you do here, the more things will appear. Wi-Fi, signal strength, battery, time. Now, if we swipe down, you will bring up several cool things. Now here's Wi-Fi. You also have shortcuts for sound, Bluetooth, power saving, which is going to be your screen, and there's several more along here as well. As you can see, you can just go. Now, to get into any of these, you simply tap on them. So let's tap Bluetooth. So this is now going to bring us up options for the Bluetooth, and you can find various other devices and so on. So let's just go ahead and exit that and pull back into this menu here. So top is settings. Tap this and it brings us into our settings. Now for ease of use, I've changed the font so that we can see it a little easier. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into landscape mode, and we can see that on the left hand side is our options, and on the right hand side here is actually the submenu. For example, here we're on the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, which we turned on and which I'm now going to turn off. You also have more options down this way, and you just simply scroll. For example, it's going to sound, and that brings up the options for sound on the right, and we can just keep going, and it will give you all the different settings. There are a lot of settings to choose from here, and quite a cool one here is accessibility. Now if you are visually impaired, for example, you can actually turn on Talkback. Now Talkback will actually read things out on the screen for you. So let's go ahead and quickly enable that, and I can demo it for you. So it's going to say a little bit about what Talkback does. It enables it to read things back on the screen. So we'll just say OK, and here we go. Talkback will now start talking to us. Let's give it a moment.
When Talkback is on, your device provides spoken feedback to help blind and low vision users. For example, it describes what you touch, select, and activate.
So not the prettiest of voices, but it is very, very handy, and it will read things. For example, let's tap on accessory over here.
Date and time.
Now you see I actually missed and I hit date and time. So it actually told me what I hit right there. So now instead of tapping on something, we can swipe down,
Accessibility.
and it reads the next one. Swipe up.
Date and time. Accessory. System.
So let's say we want to go into date and time.
Accessory. Date and time.
Now you can see we're still in Talkback, so we double tap.
When Talkback is on, your device
Okay,
provides
so here we
feedback
are.
to help blind and date and time. Disable.
Okay, so it's going to read us everything.
Set time 11:19 p.m.
Okay. Swipe to the right.
Select time zone GMT 500.
And that reads the next
Central
item.
Daylight Time. Set time
Go to the left,
11:19 p.m.
and it reads the previous one. So quickly, let's find out how this works properly. So we're going to press the home button.
Touch with home.
Touch was home. Okay, so now if I tap on any of the things here, for example, let's tap on the Google search,
Search.
and it tells us what it is. But I don't know where I'm quite tapping, and I want to find my applications. I don't know where it is on the screen, so let's just swipe around.
Voice search.
Okay.
Apps.
Apps. Okay, I found it. Let's double tap. We'll double tap right here. And there you go. And now let's tap in the top left here.
Music Hub.
Okay, Music Hub. Okay, so now if I go down,
Music Player.
it's gonna read the next one across. It doesn't go to the one underneath.
My Files.
Okay, so that's how it works. So you can swipe right
Navigation.
or down.
Playbook.
Now if we swipe up,
Navigation.
it goes back,
My files.
as does
Music
left.
player. Music hub.
Okay, so that's how that works. Now, if we use two fingers, okay, we can slide.
Page 1 of 2.
So it has to be two fingers.
Page 2 of 2.
And as you can hear it saying page 1 of 2, page 2 of 2.
Page 1 of 2.
Okay, so that is how we navigate around different pages by using a two-fingered gesture. So now I'm going to put the device back into portrait mode, and it will tell you, if you listen, landscape.
Portrait.
So it's going to tell you what mode the device is in. I want to get back to my home screen, so I'm going to swipe this way.
Page 3 of 3.
Okay, we're on page 3 of 3, so let's go.
Page 1 of 3.
Page 1 of 3. Okay, so if we tap here.
Weather widget, 11:21 p.m., Tuesday, July 16, 74 degrees, Fahrenheit, Huntsville, cloudy.
There you go. It basically read you everything on that widget that I have right there. So, as you can see, it is a very, very useful device, a useful application to have if you are hard of visual impairment, you can't see very well, or you just need to have things read to you. It's certainly a great feature. So another thing to mention here is that we have a stock internet app right here. So let's go ahead and load this. Now when you load this up, you're going to be presented with a blank page. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this into landscape mode, and we will go here into the address bar. I can do that. There we are. And the keyboard comes up. So let's just go ahead and pull up Google. Okay. So we've entered Google, and we're going to press the go button, which is right here. Now, as you can see, that's not very fast. It's okay, but it could do better. So this is the stock app. As you can see now, we can pinch to zoom right here. We can bring it quite a good way in, actually, and we can obviously double tap to take it back out. So there's that. But let me just show you also in the apps section. There is Chrome. So let's see, where is Chrome? Can you find it for me? There it is, top right. Chrome. Now, hopefully Chrome is going to be much more responsive. So we've gone ahead and opened that, and it's asking me to sign in for the first time. So I'm just going to say no thanks for right now. Okay, and here we are, we're loaded into Chrome. So let's go ahead and give that a go by loading a website real quick. So we're going to go ahead and load Amazon. So let's just hit the go button. Amazon being a fairly labor-intensive website, it's still a little slow. Now, that's to be expected for a device like this. You're looking at sub $200. It's in line with the Kindle Fire, but it's probably much better. You're going to get a better experience, obviously, because you're running a better version of Android than what the Kindle Fire does, which they use their own customized version. So let's take a look how a YouTube video plays on this device. So luckily for us, Samsung have nicely included a YouTube app for us. So just to give you an idea of how the app works, you just swipe to the side. This brings out a menu. You've got what to watch, my subscriptions, and there's my channel right there. And you can also go into recommended and just keep going down here, live. And here's all your categories here. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into my channel right here. So you can see it brings me straight to my channel, and we're going to go and play this one. So obviously it's going to an advertisement here, which I'm just going to skip.
Hello, we're trying to get ready to go out for some sort of celebratory anniversary meal, right? Why did you just go celebrate?
So as you can see, it's fairly smooth. The quality is quite nice as well. It's not having any issues with playing this kind of video right now at all. We can tap on the video and bring up controls. So let's skip forward, and it will buff. There we go. We're able to jump around the video quite seamlessly. It's fairly quick at rendering and buffering the video. So all in all, it's quite a nice little media tablet for watching video on. Now the sound quality is also fairly good, especially for a device of this size. So how about holding the device? Well, as you can see, I can get it comfortably in my hand like this. So I can hold it like this, and it will be comfortable to read on or watch, or I can hold it like this. Any way really, it's fairly comfortable. I've got pretty large hands, so as you can see, if I hold my hand out straight and sit it in, it's actually a good size for me, and I can grip it really easily. So it feels very comfortable in my hand. It doesn't feel cheap. It sort of feels like it's a little loose here or something. I'm sure it's just the way it's built. Overall, it's a nice feel to it. Now, the screen is very glossy. It's shiny, as you can see. The bezel around the outside is not too big. It doesn't distract you away from what's on the screen. So now, performance wise, things do take a little time to act. Unlocking the device is fairly simple. Swiping from page to page is fairly simple. Opening an app, as you can see, that wasn't instantaneous, but it was reasonable in terms of a budget tablet here. So let's go ahead and hit the home button right there, and that takes us home. If we open our contacts, that comes up fairly quick. There are some things that open fairly quickly. Now you'll also notice when we tap around on the screen and open something, it makes a nice whoop noise, so you listen for that. Okay, so that tells you that something has been opened or an action has been pushed. You can change those sounds, you can customize it, turn it on, turn it off, do whatever you feel. Changing from a landscape to portrait is about a second delay or so, but still fairly seamless. You can go all the way, either way, like this. It'll go anyway. So my overall impressions are for a $199 tablet, it is definitely worth the buy. Still yet to test out the camera on this. I will update when I have tested it out. I'm not going to get super excited. 3 megapixel for the rear camera and a 1.3 megapixel for the front. Still capable of doing a Skype call, and with a low resolution, it should handle Skype fairly well. The volume rocker on the side feels like it's a little hard to push right there, as is the lock key, which is, it could be a good thing, so you don't accidentally keep on pushing it. The home key is nicely it's sort of set out a little bit here, so you don't feel like you're gonna bash it real hard. You also have these touch capacitive buttons down the bottom as well. In comparison to the Apple iPad Mini, I'm not even going to draw a comparison between them because of the price. And also iOS versus Android, of course. There's that big argument: an Android fan loves Android and hates iOS, an iOS fan vice versa. I happen to be a veteran iOS user. This is one of my first looks at an Android device, believe it or not. I've also experienced with Windows Mobile 8 as well. Now, having used all of those, I find this particular device fairly simple to use, going in line with the TouchWiz interface. I also find iOS devices easy to use as well, so it's not so much of a transition to move from an iOS device to a Galaxy Tab. It's a nice little addition to have around the house, or to carry out with you, to watch videos, to take to a friend's house to browse the internet with. I wouldn't be doing anything seriously heavy on this device, so sub $200 for the 7-inch, $299 for the 8-inch, and $399 for the 10.1. Definitely competitively priced. Nice size variations as well, so you can pick and choose which is most comfortable. This particular model is actually the 7-inch and the white version, and I feel that it is just the right size for me personally, and I like the way that the device feels and sits in my hand. So overall, I'm going to probably rate this device a 7 out of 10.